Welcome to Famevora. In 1975, One Day at a Time placed something television rarely dared at the center of a sitcom. A divorced mother rebuilding her life from scratch while raising two teenage daughters alone. It was funny, honest, and quietly revolutionary. But behind the laughter came real struggles, shocking exits, addiction battles, private heartbreak, and losses that nobody saw coming. Tonight, we look back at the cast of One Day at a Time, then and now, and the real stories behind one of television's most groundbreaking family sitcoms. Anne Romano was television's most quietly revolutionary mother. Divorced, working, raising two daughters alone, refusing to pretend she had any of it figured out. Bonnie Franklin, born January 6, 1944 in Santa Monica, California, 31 years old when the series premiered in 1975, played Anne with warmth and honesty ahead of its time. Anne mattered because she reflected what television rarely showed: a woman starting over without safety. Her struggles gave the sitcom real weight, touching on feminism, independence, and the courage of beginning again. Franklin continued acting after the series. She faced pancreatic cancer and passed away in 2013 at age 69. By 2026, Anne Romano remains one of sitcom history's most important mothers: vulnerable, resilient, brave. Barbara Cooper was the steadier daughter, responsible, witty, quietly growing up before viewers who felt like they were growing up right beside her. Valerie Bertinelli, born April 23, 1960, in Wilmington, Delaware, just 15 years old when the series premiered in 1975, brought natural warmth, making Barbara feel real rather than scripted. Barbara mattered because she offered a quieter contrast to Julie's restlessness. Her bond with Anne produced the show's most tender moments, while her differences from Julie defined the sisters' balance. Bertinelli became one of television's most beloved young stars, continuing in Hot in Cleveland and becoming a popular host and food personality. By 2026, she is 66. Barbara Cooper remains a classic sitcom daughter, sincere, smart, remembered. Julie Cooper was the storm inside the Romano family, impulsive, searching, honest about how hard growing up can be when you're angry before you understand why. Mackenzie Phillips, born November 10, 1959 in Alexandria, Virginia, just 16 years old when the series premiered in 1975, played Julie with raw honesty, making her clashes with Anne feel genuinely painful. Julie mattered because she captured adolescence honestly, dealing with love, marriage, and mistakes, reflecting the show's willingness to face messy family truth. Behind the scenes, Phillips struggled with substance abuse. She later became open about recovery and addiction counseling. By 2026, Mackenzie Phillips is 66. Julie Cooper remains one of the show's most complicated daughters: difficult, wounded, unforgettable. Dwayne F. Schneider began as a punchline and became something closer to family: noisy, intrusive, and somehow exactly what the Romano apartment needed. Pat Harrington Jr., born August 13, 1929 in New York City, 46 years old when the series premiered in 1975, gave Schneider warmth beneath the swagger that grew him beyond simple comic relief. Schneider mattered because Harrington revealed loyalty under the bluster. Ridiculous, yet whenever Anne or the girls truly needed someone, he showed up. That combination made him one of the sitcom's most beloved figures. Harrington won lasting recognition for the role. His later years were marked by Alzheimer's disease, and he passed away in 2016 at age 86. By 2026, Schneider remains unforgettable, funny, flawed, loyal, forever at the door. Sam Royer arrived not as Anne Romano's rescuer, but as her companion, appearing after she had already proven she didn't need saving. Howard Hessman, born February 27, 1940, in Lebanon, Oregon, 42 years old when he joined the series in 1982, played Sam with relaxed intelligence, feeling grounded and worthy of Anne's trust. Sam mattered because he entered the show when Anne had earned the right to choose love without losing herself. His presence gave the final seasons a quieter tone, suggesting starting over could happen more than once. Hessman was already famous as Dr. Johnny Fever on WKRP in Cincinnati. He passed away in 2022 at age 81 following colon surgery. By 2026, Sam Royer remains a gentle final chapter. Proof love and independence could share the same room. Max Horvath was the charming flight attendant who walked into Julie's story as romance and stayed long enough to test whether two young people could build something real. Michael Lembeck, born June 25, 1948 in Brooklyn, New York, 31 years old when he joined the series in 1979, played Max with humor and warmth, likable without suggesting he had all the answers. Max mattered because his marriage to Julie carried real pressure, money, maturity, emotional instability, giving the sitcom an honest look at how young couples build lives before understanding themselves. After One Day at a Time, Lembeck found major success directing Friends and Everybody Loves Raymond. By 2026, Michael Lembeck is 77. Max Horvath remains memorable. Romance, conflict, and growing up in one complicated season. Mark Royer was the steady presence Barbara Cooper chose when she was ready to stop testing the world and start building something inside it. Boyd Gaines, born May 11, 1953 in Atlanta, Georgia, 28 years old when he joined the series in 1981, played the kind-hearted dentist with gentle humor and quiet dignity, never overreaching among stronger personalities. Mark mattered because he gave Barbara's later storyline genuine adult warmth. Unlike the turbulence surrounding the Romano family, he represented patience, showing how Barbara had truly matured. Beyond the sitcom, Gaines won multiple Tony Awards, building one of the most accomplished Broadway careers of any cast member. By 2026, Boyd Gaines is 73. Mark Royer remains warm and sincere, steady, part of Barbara's move into adulthood. Grandma Catherine Romano brought generational comedy and unwelcome wisdom into Anne's independence, proof no daughter fully escapes her mother's orbit. Nanette Fabray, born October 27, 1920, in San Diego, California, 59 years old when she joined the series in 1979, played Catherine with warmth, wit, and just enough meddling to create tension without losing affection. Catherine mattered because she reminded viewers women don't begin again in isolation. They carry family history and inherited love behind them. Fabray had celebrated careers across television, film, and theater, and was an important advocate for people with hearing loss. She passed away in 2018 at age 97. By 2026, Catherine Romano remains a reminder that family love can be funny and impossible to escape. Francine Webster was Anne Romano's sharpest professional rival. Polished, competitive, just irritating enough to make the workplace feel as complicated as everything else in Anne's life. Shelley Fabares, born January 19, 1944, in Santa Monica, California, 34 years old when she first appeared in 1978, played Francine with crisp, comic timing, making her both difficult and oddly admirable. Francine mattered because she brought professional ambition into a sitcom already exploring independence. Her clashes with Anne reflected different approaches to survival in a world shaped by male expectations. Fabares was beloved from The Donna Reed Show and later found success on Coach. By 2026, Shelley Fabares is 82. Francine remains memorable, polished, pointed, never afraid to push back. David Kaine was Anne Romano's early romantic possibility. Kind, caring, and important precisely because the show understood he couldn't be the answer. Richard Mazer, born November 20th, 1948 in New York City, 27 years old when the series premiered in 1975, played David with genuine warmth, making him likable even as the relationship revealed its limits. David mattered because he represented support without rescue. He cared for Anne and grew close to her daughters, yet the show kept Anne's independence more important than pairing her with a reliable man. After the show, Mazer became a respected character actor in The Thing and Risky Business. By 2026, Richard Mazer is 77. David Kaine remains a thoughtful early chapter, kind, supportive, significant because he was not the ending. Nick Handris offered Anne Romano something she hadn't expected to want again: mature companionship and love that didn't ask her to be smaller. Ron Rifkin, born October 31st, 1939 in New York City, 41 years old when he joined the series in 1980, played Nick with intelligence and quiet warmth, creating presence that felt emotionally credible. Nick mattered because he arrived after Anne had built her life around work and survival. He was steady and present. His storyline took a tragic turn when the character was killed, adding shadow to the series. Rifkin built a distinguished career known for Alias and L.A. Confidential. By 2026, Ron Rifkin is 86. Nick Handris remains bittersweet, tenderness that arrived, then left with genuine heartbreak. Ginny Wrobliki was Anne Romano's bold and outspoken neighbor, the friend who says what everyone else is thinking and brightens every scene without apology. Mary Louise Wilson, born November 12th, 1931 in New Haven, Connecticut, 45 years old when she appeared on the series in 1976, played Ginny with sharp timing and theatrical confidence that made her memorable despite limited screen time. Ginny mattered because she brought adult female friendship into Anne's world. Bold and unafraid, she showed that Anne's life outside motherhood needed real companionship. Wilson became a celebrated stage performer, winning a Tony Award for Grey Gardens. By 2026, Mary Louise Wilson is 94. Ginny remains a small but lively part of the show's history, proof brief neighbors can leave lasting personality. Ed Cooper was the absent father whose shadow shaped everything. Unreliable, imperfect, and impossible for his daughters or ex-wife to fully stop thinking about. Joseph Campanella, born November 21st, 1924 in New York City, 52 years old when he appeared on the series in 1976, played Ed with charm and complexity, making him frustrating and genuinely human. Ed mattered because he gave the central divorce real emotional shape. Not a cartoon villain, just a man often absent and difficult to trust, whose presence still shaped the family. Campanella had a prolific career in television and film. He passed away in 2018 at age 93 from Parkinson's disease. By 2026, Ed Cooper remains essential to the show's realism, the absent father whose shadow never fully left. Bob Morton was Barbara Cooper's most sweetly awkward early boyfriend. Nervous, kind, and hopelessly fond of a girl who could outpace him in almost every direction. John Putch, born July 27, 1961 in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, just 15 years old when he first appeared in 1976, played Bob with gentle comic awkwardness that made him funny without ever making him unkind. Bob mattered because he captured the innocent discomfort of teenage romance, deeply fond of Barbara and entirely unsure how to carry himself in an unpredictable household. After acting, Putch successfully moved behind the camera, directing Scrubs, Cougar Town, and American Housewife. By 2026, John Putch is 64. Bob Morton remains a charming early sitcom boyfriend, sincere, clumsy, and perfectly teenage. Cliff Randall brought a different romantic energy into Barbara's life. Smoother, more confident, old enough to make a teenager feel both flattered and uncertain. Scott Columbie, born September 19, 1952 in Brooklyn, New York, 25 years old when he first appeared on the series in 1977, played Cliff with easy charisma, appealing while leaving room for the relationship's limits to show. Cliff mattered because he gave Barbara another step in learning what she wanted and wouldn't accept, exploring the emotional lessons of attraction and developing personal standards. Columbie became known for Caddyshack and Porky's. By 2026, Scott Columbie is 73. Cliff Randall remains part of Barbara's coming-of-age story, charming, imperfect, remembered as one of her early romantic tests. Mr. Connors was the stern professional obstacle in Anne Romano's working life. Rigid, demanding, proof that independence wasn't only emotional, but economic. John Hillerman, born December 20th, 1932 in Denison, Texas, 44 years old when he appeared on the series in 1976, played Connors with polished authority, creating real tension without pulling the show from its grounded tone. Connors mattered because even in a minor role, his presence reinforced that Anne's independence had to be fought for professionally, not only personally. Hillerman became internationally recognized as Jonathan Higgins on Magnum P.I., winning a Golden Globe. He passed away in 2017 at age 84. By 2026, Mr. Connors remains a meaningful obstacle in Anne's path toward genuine self-reliance. And that's our look back at One Day at a Time, a sitcom that turned divorce, motherhood, teenage conflict, and second chances into television history. Some cast members became icons. Some found new careers behind the camera. Others faced painful final chapters that nobody could have predicted. But their work still carries the warmth and honesty that made this show matter decades before it was fashionable to tell these kinds of stories. Which story surprised you most? Share your thoughts in the comments and join us again on Famevora. Good night.